Well, this is a very different type of film because, as many of you in the UK know, there is such a thing called Storm Bert. As I filmed this one, Storm Bert is still outside raging in a furious temper, putting a lot of wind out, a lot of snow out, a lot of rain. Some poor people have got flooded, and I've had a flood from a ceiling burst tank was in Mexico. It's not good, burst pipe, my fault. Turned the thermostat down too low, went away for 2 weeks holiday, came back, house ruined. So I've got that t-shirt, I know whereof I speak. So we got this weather, there is no fishing, no lakes, the rivers are going to be coming through the front door shortly, the beaches are just blasted out beyond belief, the boats cannot possibly go out. Of course, by the time this film goes up, it will all be wonderful again, we hope. So I want to talk about some of the slide scanning I've been doing, and that has been tagging, and I've done a lot of tagging over the last over 50 years. Now I first started tagging, which was with something called a rota tag. It was over in Ireland. Now what was it? Inland Fisheries Trust? Was it Inland Fisheries Board? Central Fisheries Board? Over in Southern Ireland. We used to do a lot of tagging over there. I believe they were one of the first people to do it, you know, their fisheries departments over there. I learned a lot of information about controlling species, stock densities, migration patterns, I guess growth rates and stuff like that. So it's interesting, it's all interesting stuff. So over in Ireland, the 2 or 3 main species that I used to use the rota tags with, to just clip them in the dorsal fin. I'm going to be putting some slides up as well while I'm talking, so to intersperse it, you'll see some very, very old slides that I've managed to scan off. So please do not be shocked when you see a hugely handsome young man holding a fish. I hope they're all me actually. And some very dated pictures, but thank goodness I kept some of these pictures from all those years ago. The tope is basically a shark species, I'm calling it a shark species, that hunts down near the seabed. It comes up in the water as well, don't get me wrong, but primarily it will be hunting small fish and flatfish and stuff like that around shallow water, can be deep water as well, so they're very diverse areas that they travel to and that they feed in. Now the ones I used to catch in Ireland would be predominantly shallow water species. Up in the bays we used to go with a tope go right up, and I believe hunting flatfish is basically what they were after. Perhaps the plaice, the flounders, the dabs, species like that, and when a shooter's taking catch them, small bass, definitely in season, the mackerel. So we used to use these, I think I would be right in calling them rota tags. It's a, think of a cattle tag that clips in the ear of cattle. It clips into the ear and it stays with them, and it has a registration number with them. So, you know, the farmer knows where those cattle came from, what size, what date they were born on, or I don't know what the data bank is on a farm, but that's the general idea. And these were very successful, and they were generally put in the dorsal fin, clipped in the dorsal fin of the tope. Now some of the tope, and I've got 1 or 2 captures, recaptured. I've had quite a lot of recaptures. The fish come in the boat, you measure them, you can tag them properly, you don't have to, you know, misjudge anything, you get it all done right, you know, unhook them safely, get them pinned down, get them back in the water, job done. It's factual. I've got recaptures that confirm all this. You can't do any more than say, oh, I had the fish in the boat, I tagged it in the boat and returned it. Oh, by the way, here's the recapture years later of where it's travelled to. So it obviously was totally okay, That's my opinion, and not just an opinion, it's the experience born of years of doing a lot of tagging. So there we are, loads of different species you can tag. The tope travel miles, I'm telling you. You wouldn't believe it, you think they're all just living around the British Isles. No, they do migrate, they do travel. Let me wheel the camera over here and I'll see if I can find a couple of the tag returns I've got. I've got literally wedges, fistfuls of tag cards here I've filled out, different species, different countries, all over the world I've done them. This is a North Atlantic one, but I tag anything anywhere that's not moving. Right. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Now I've just got 2, I haven't got them all, because these are years old, These are my more, I'm going to call them modern ones. So I've pulled 3 tope ones here. And these are the returns, which I will fold over there because it's got the address and everything on. But basically you get this when you get a recapture. So let me show you in close up. So up here we got these South Coast. This is a dart tag, by the way. This is not a rotor tag, this is a dart tag. What we call spaghetti tags. Here we go, South Coast. We all know the end there, Land's End. Tagged over there, okay, north coast of Cornwall. Probably when I'm after poor beagle sharks. It'll be down off the Bude area. And that was, that's where I tagged it, where I'll be bottom fishing probably. I'm going to take a gamble without having the original card I sent in. I'm going to say that was probably fishing for poor beagle sharks. There we got St Helier, Jersey, Normandy. Oh, it's gone a long way. It's got a long way, long way, long way, long way. Still going, still going, still going. Down there, okay? So, coast of Spain. Spain from England, a taupe that I tagged. There's the date, 8th of the 8th, 2009. It was recaptured 17th of the 1st, because it's an American system, the NMFS, National Marine Fisheries Service. So they put the wrong way round, or we put it the wrong way round if you like, but we don't. They put it the wrong way round. 17th of the 1st, so caught in January. So we kept them in the summer up north, and that one's travelled down there. And there we go, details, commercial longliner, nearly all of the recaptures I've had. This is me tagging it recreational, rod and reel. Commercial fisherman, longline. I fear it's possibly a one-way ticket, obviously. Caught longline in Spain, that's a one-way ticket. This is interesting. It's travelled 441 nautical miles south. It's been at liberty, swimming around the oceans, for 527 days, 17.3 months, 1.4 years. So there you go. It could, of course, gone all over the place, couldn't it? A lot further than that. It doesn't just jump on the A34 south and come across the land and then hit the sea and back it goes here. It's come round here, so in fact you don't know really where it's been, but that's where I tagged it. That was where it's recaptured. I'll see if I can fish another one out. Oh, fish another one out, I love it. So here's another one. That'd be Hartland Point, North Devon up there. This one in a straight line, obviously could have been all over the ocean, everywhere, has travelled way, way over here to the southwest. And here we go. Released 25th of the 6th, June 2009. 4 feet long, recreational rod and line. And there we go, travelled 219 nautical miles southwest, 268 days, so 8.8 months at liberty. Again, caught by a commercial fisherman in an otter trawl. It was in fact not one of mine, but I was out with Mike fishing off the north coast there, and it was his release. There's the number, 287313, 25th of June 2009. That is actually my son Mike's writing, caught under 5 miles from shore. Now mine was measured, a female. There you see angler Mike Pullen, and down here we put in the remarks: hook removed, swift, fish swam off fine. So that's what a tag card looks like when you fill them out, just one of those. And I've got stacks and stacks and stacks of them. I just blanked this out because it had an old address on it. So here's one here. It is water. You guys won't hear it, but the wind is just roaring out there. Okay, so this is another recapture of mine from one I've had tagged and put in the boat, and it's fine because here is the official return sheet on it. 1998, was that 26 years ago? This is good for the West Country chappies. You like this, my loves. The Manacle Boy, Lizard Peninsula, Cornwall, England. Blue shark this is, 66 inches, rod and reel, blah blah blah. Wait for this. Caught 6 miles south of Falmouth, Cornwall. And the guys put size reported, didn't report the size, NR. It's got a little bit of rotten fish. So I imagine, that's all they found, and it's caught in the net. Wait at this. It says here, method of capture. The tag only was found, brackets, in nets. So I'm guessing the shark has gone into a net trying to get hold of fish to rip the fish out, got the tag caught, tangled up and ripped out and left the tag in the net. So how rare is that to happen? I wonder if there's somebody down there. Somebody else is going to have a job to beat that, aren't they? Job to beat that one. A tag only. Wait for this. Returned by St Martin, Cornwall. Time at liberty can only go by the tag, for the tag, 3,147 days. That's crazy, isn't it? But the distance travelled, 10 miles northeast. I'm reading this is the official return. So did that shark just go 10 miles in 8.6 years? No, I'll tell you what that tells me. That tells me that blue shark is coming back to virtually the same spot every year. I caught it, back then on rod and reel, and it's been coming in and out. I don't think it's lived there all year, obviously, because winter in England, look at it outside, it's horrible. It's been going out, coming back, going out, coming back, going out, coming back, and then it's got this dark tag tangled in its net. It's got here in nets. So I thought that's quite interesting, mate. Really close, couple of miles. I saw you don't need to go very far for blue sharks down Falmouth, they're just everywhere. This is interesting, out of the water approximately 5 minutes. Swam off slowly, but it looked okay. That's what I put, right? Well, you think, you had it out the water too long. If I had it out the water too long, how come it's been at liberty allegedly for 8.6 years? Because the guy's not taking his net in every 8 years, is he? He's out there doing a net probably every 3 or 4 days, something like that. So that's my unusual capture. Other stuff I've tagged, just all interesting stuff. I'll run through them quickly. Smooth hounds, 3 miles south of Chichester Harbour, 2015. Mike Pullen, smooth hounds, same day, female, 3 feet. These all tags, some have been returned. I think I found some I've never posted in, I think. Another one here, blue shark, 8 miles south of Falmouth, Cornwall, back in 2018. This is not Irish roti tags, I'll talk about those in a second. This is just dark tags, purely because they're in front of me. Blue sharks, 15 miles southeast of St Anthony Lighthouse. That's Falmouth, if people want to know there. And it says down here, remarks, please send more tags. I was tagging a lot of sharks back then. 12 miles south of Falmouth. 12 miles south of Falmouth. This is September. Loads, 50 inches. Blue shark, blue shark, blue shark. I can't tell you how many blue sharks I've caught. There's one Wayne's caught here. Wayne Comben, 60 inches, female, measured, plus 5 miles. Blue shark, blue shark. Oh, here you go. It's an interesting one. Taupe, 1 mile northwest of Lynmouth, Devon. 54 inches. That's quite a big one. That was with, I got down here, it's a recent one, back in 14th of July 2019 with Tomo. Angler's called James, but Tomo runs the boat down there out of Watch It highly successfully. Check him out, Tomo. We've done films on it. Please send more tags, because Graeme was getting through tags. Another one, 49 inches. One I caught myself, we dart tagged that one. July again. Tomo, 2019. This one's Tomo again. Tomo, I don't remember this day, but I've tagged a hell of a lot of sharks. 61 inches, weight 41 pounds, under 5 miles. What was that place we used to fish down there? Valley of the Rocks? Obviously the longs and lats are here. Mostly 1 mile northwest of Linton, Lynmouth. Loads of them. Here's an interesting one, my handsomes. Atlantic thresher shark. 317,942, 8th of July 2017, 3 miles south of St Catherine's Lighthouse. Approx 250 pounds. That one would have been tagged in the water. estimated. Sex unknown because it was thrashing around. I used a long dark tag, which I'll show you. That's Wayne Combin. Blue shark, 2015, goes on and on and on. Lots of blue sharks, lots of blue sharks, lots of blue sharks. Oh, different one. Anybody else? When I tell you I've done a lot of tagging, I've done a lot of tagging. Galapagos shark. Antique. I'll not put the island down because somebody go, oh, I know he's fishing now. Somebody will be out there making a YouTube video of it. Wait for this. I've got videos of this stuff. £500 plus. What it was, we got, what were we doing? I don't know, fishing for big yellowfin tuna or something like that. And you're chumming. And eventually you have to worry whether the sharks are actually going to come in on you and eat the yellowfin tuna. And I mean, they eat the yellowfin tuna, which you're fishing for. But I like shark fishing as well. So this shark was tagged while free swimming near carcasses, filmed it. 2 hours later, chum trail, tag intact. So imagine the scene. I will run the clips and show you this. We caught some, they might have been blackjacks, they might have been jacks, I don't know, or standard jacks, I can't remember, about this big. You keep the fillets for hook bait if you want them, and you use the rest of the carcass. Try a bit of rope, we found a bit of rope on the boat, put it over the side, and because we've got small chum going in, it attracts the sharks. We use small pieces of chum like this for the yellowfin tunas. Obviously that attracts shark as well. It's not the fine rubby-dubby chum that traditionally is known in England for blue shark fishing. It's not fine, it's cubes, just cubes of meat, so that you want them feeding. In contrast, the shark fish in the UK is, you can chum, I've done it, of course I've done it years and years ago, but predominantly it's scent-based trail, because it's, I feel, colder water, maybe we don't get enough chum, I don't know, we're on a couple of buckets of chum at least to have a good day shark fishing, but it's minced fine with moran, so it goes away in a chum slick and attracts but does not feed the fish. But when you're fishing for yellowfin tuna, the fine chum doesn't work so well. They possibly might come and investigate you. They want to come for food. So if you get cubes about this size of a golf ball, and just keep plinking them in like this so they flow in, the tuna come up grabbing them. Of course the sharks do smell that. So that was a Galapagos shark. I'll just roll that clip now and you can see it was dark tagged with a dark tag. And I know the tag was in place because I put an underwater camera down there later. We had about, it wasn't until I got home, because using the GoPros, I didn't put it in the computer on this island I was fishing. I had to wait till I got home to see what I got. I thought, wow, there's a couple of good sharks there. I put the camera down on my pole I take with me. When I saw the footage, I thought, oh my God, you could see them coming from way back here. I think there were 7 really big sharks back there eating this tuna chum that we were throwing in, and obviously smelling the carcass we had on the rope. So there you go, Galapagos shark being tagged at £500. Here's a different one. Oh no, there's more. Galapagos shark, £300. That was a cool one. That was Dave Devine got that one. Alas, I feel no longer with us, poor Dave, but he was over there fishing with us. Hook left in plus short 6-inch length of £250 nylon leader. Now, that would have been because we got it up to the boat, and I feel that, as if I can recall, that one would have been thrashing and trying to keep it, and it's only on nylon. Remember, we're not fishing for the shot, we're fishing for the tuna with £250 mono leader and a single hook. So consequently, you can play them in, but as soon as you get near the boat and you take a wrap on them and try and pull them up, try and get the hook out, if it's got the hook there and it's not near the teeth, fine. It's that side, say, but if it's a fish lunges away, swings the hook round, the mono then goes through the edge of the teeth, plink, it's gone, generally when you're holding it hard. 2015, I cannot believe it, so many years. That's 9 years since I was over there banging these big fish out. Galapagos, it's the ones I released, right? 400 to 450 pounds. So there's 4 of us fishing there, we're not all complete numpties, you know. This shark tagged while biting on the carcass, tag deployed, returned to the chum trail. 2 hours later, tag was still intact. So
The other thing we're going to do while Phil's been fighting this fish, we've had a bit of teasing up here and they're just chopping half amberjacks and carcasses in two. I've got a sharp dart tag with me and I'm going to try and maybe dart tag, free dart it. If I've got enough length on a little 3-foot stick, we can lean over, maybe get a dart tag in one of these huge Galapagos sharks. It's very rare to tag them. We'll see how we get on. Well, Phil unfortunately lost that fish after the best part of an hour. Put another bait out, Kev lost another shark, really big fish. We started chumming again, thought we'd be alright for tuna, and it's even worse. There's four huge Galapagos sharks around the back of the boat. We're going to try and stick a dart tag in, but it's only a short stick. Fingers crossed we'll get to tag one of these, free swimming one, if we're lucky. That big boy just came up and went chonk. We put throw a few cubes over, Dave. Could you throw a few cubes in to try and draw them up a little bit? Yeah, here he comes.
Yeah.
Do him nice and slow. Run it, Phil.
Run it.
Got it, tag's gone.
Got the head.
Tag is, as they say, deployed. I think I could be, according to this, running out with tags. And look at the size of this one coming up again. Another huge, massive shark under the water there. He's just hanging there, that one. They are all big sharks. I did see one I thought was a slightly different colour. That's coming onto it, yeah. We're on the long length, we've got long enough for me to tease them. Look at that fucker, look at this thing coming in. Oh man, right.
Got him?
That's fucking 6, that one. That's like you have a night. There's his fin. Big ass shark, man. A big shark there. Spooked away.
It needs an extra length of rope.
Who wants more?
As I said, it's a talking one. If you're interested, you're interested. If you're not, you're not. Falmouth, just blue shark. Tope, Bude. I mean, it's just very good over there. Here's something different. I'll tell you a story in this one. 6 gill shark. Weight 800 pounds. So that one hook left in with a short length of wire leader, and that is even with a circle hook. So it sounds like the angler that was on the angler. I was just doing the tagging on that one. That was tagged 9 years ago. But wait for this, guys. I tagged a lot of sharks. Have I got them here? A lot of 6 gill sharks. Okay, I think I've tagged 12, something like that. 12, maybe not. No, maybe a couple I didn't tag. Most of them I tagged. The biggest one I tagged, wait for this, was 1,200 pounds. Now, I am of a rare breed of taggers, in as much as I don't know anybody who's gone out to the Central Atlantic and caught a tag 6 gill shark. I don't know anybody. But I was called by the skipper of a boat that I tagged a 600 pound 6 gill on, in, wait for this, 600 metres of water. Not shallow water stuff, 20, 30 fathoms. 600 metres of water. That took a lot of fighting to get that one up. But anyhow, dart tags deployed, pictures available, dart tag showing in the fish. But the skipper phoned me barely a year later. He caught the same tagged 600 pound shark a year later, exactly the same place. So that tells you the migration of different species of shark. Like earlier, the tope and the blue shark. Now, one blue shark I had was caught off the La Guaira Bank, Venezuela. Was that 2,500 miles away? That was, I think I tagged one in the Scilly Isles, the Isles of Scilly, when I was shark tagging in the Isles of Scilly. Plenty of blue sharks over there. So that's a huge distance travelled. I can't remember the actual number of years it was at liberty, but it just goes to show you more tope. Tope. Bude. Oh, here's a different one. Nurse shark. I got the place. I'm not going to mention the place because people go to Florida and they go, oh, I know where he fishes now. And I just put it on a plate for them and they go out and next thing you see a news or film about it. So forgive me if I don't give the place away. 2010, some time ago. Yeah, I can't give it. It's Florida Keys. 3 foot, one caught Angler tagged Mike Pullen. Now, as a male fish, under 5 miles from shore. Now, I have tagged some really big ones. I've tagged one nurse shark. I was out fishing with Frank Gavigan and some other guys. We took some rental boats out from the Florida Keys. I won't say where it was, the Florida Keys. And we used to go to a mark there and fish a fairly deep water mark. It was a bait catching place for the big boats, the big game boats used to go there. And we used to anchor our boats up there and drop some big baits on the bottom, do a bit of chumming for tuna and stuff and bonito on the top, small stuff, action stuff, and catch some very big sharks there. So I had caught a 500 pound hammerhead, and it's on our playlist, on the vintage list, taking my son, daughter, wife out in a skiff, in a professional skiff, because I was allowed to take one out there, and got a 500 pound hammerhead, 450, 500 pounds. But Frank caught the most enormous nurse shark ever, and I believe it was over the world record then. It was over 300 pounds. He was fighting it on another boat, because we had boats anchored together, and he was having trouble with it. And the other guy wanted to fish as well. Well, you can't start dropping lines down while your friend's fighting a fish. So I thought, you know what, as a journalist I want photos as well. I'll pack up my fishing and I'm going to go and see Frank, and we'll do a transfer at sea, jumping from one boat to the other, probably with no life jackets. I don't know, there's a picture of life. Is there a picture of me wearing a life jacket? I hope so. So we jumped over, passed the rod over, Frank fought the fish, and I got one of my hand gases on wire leader on top of it, and we pulled this shark into the boat because we wanted to get it all weighed, measured, tagged, blah, 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 properly, and released. So what a buzz that was. Unbelievable adrenaline buzz. Can you imagine a 300 pound nurse shark? And that was like over the world record, I think, at the time. God, it was unbelievable. Until such time as we came to put it back in the water. Now, obviously you have adrenaline going. I was a younger man then, as was Frank. Pulling it over the side, you're buzzing completely. It's coming in the boat. Bang! Thrash, 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 thrash. Unhook, tag. Get it up on the bow for a picture, and then get it. No, it wasn't easy getting it back in the water, guys. You know, we had a rope around it, trying to get it up, to get it out of the water, to get it up, to get it tagged. So that was an interesting story, and you've seen pictures of it. It's all true, folks. Oh, it's a different one. Poor beagle shark. Definitely not saying where this was caught, otherwise somebody would be over there. Estimated weight 5 to 550 pounds. I'd just say under 5 miles. Caught by Wayne, hooked on the edge of your jaw, no damage. Hook pulled free, swam off slowly, lots of brown smudge marks on the belly, never seen that before. Maybe it was feeding on the bottom as the main baitfish mackerel are being overfished. That's my theory. Fish was very aggressive in the chum slick before capture. If you ever speak to Wayne to tell you a story about that one, it was something else. I took Wayne down there for, I think we had 2 days shark fishing. I got a feeling the first day we blanked. Anyhow, being crackers on sharks, I said, Wayne, we need to tough this out. We toughed it out for the second day. We caught nothing. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I think it was. It's close to 5. So if you can imagine, if you're going out from that area of the woods, it's a dangerous stretch of coast. A lot of ships lost their galleons because as it goes along Cornwall, it's southwesterly, and then the coast goes north. I'm just going to say to Hartland Point, because everybody knows where poor beavers are. Hartland Point. Well, if you were in a gale and you had a galleon ship, there's no way you can tack past that. If you were on an angle of tack and you couldn't get the angle over far enough, it'll either tip the boat over, galleon, wooden ship back in the 1700s, or it ground you up onto the rock. Oh yes, I remember what it was. I think it said, from Trevose Head to Hartland Light, a sailor's graveyard, day or night. So we had to get in. We had to get in because it was low tide. Otherwise you were stuck there for 24 hours and it's not good news. Anyhow, I started getting rid of the carcasses. Pause. Relax. I started getting rid of the carcasses. End of the day, stripping off, dumping all the chum bags over, big chunks. The next thing, there's this huge explosion back and this shark ripping through it, trying to grab it. So we wound him really fast. We effectively pulled the bait up in the water, wound it past him. Hopefully it sunk slowly and he saw it, took it. The rest is proverbial history. So 4 beagle sharks, over 500 pounds. Smooth hounds tagged. I've tagged, I can't tell you how many totes, it's embarrassing almost. 2010, May 2010, smooth hounds. Here's an interesting one. It's there. I've got to put my finger over the old address. Bonnet head shark. Now the bonnet head shark is I call it a shallow water predatory fish that feeds primarily on, I feel, shrimps, crabs, maybe tiny fish in the Florida Keys. So I did a lot. I used to go 3 times to the Florida Keys. I used to go April with a family, May with a group, because that was peak tarpon time. I just told everybody peak tarpon time. And October for big bonefish, mostly on a fly rod. So this one was with Mike, smaller size. I won't say again which keys I was fishing from. Just over 32 inches, under 5 miles, measured, female, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, how rare can this be? One of my recaptures. I go out one year, I take loads of fish, nurse sharks, bonnet heads and stuff like that. Take the bonnet head shark. I came back to England, right? I went back, I think it was the following year, within a few months, I caught the same bonnet head shark. How rare? Should I do the lottery, guys? So to come back to England, do 3,000 or 4,000 miles each way, leave it 10 months, 12 months, whatever it was, go back, catch the same shark? Unbelievable. Now, blue sharks, more water. I don't mind telling you this because it's as it was. Portugal, again, I'm not saying where we were. Portugal, south coast, towards Spain, that's as close as I can say. I went fishing with a gentleman in a boat, and we were, I think, trawling for white marlin, or trying to find some white marlin, which we never did. So he said, should we go way offshore to the commercial swordfish grounds and fish all night? Oh no, let's not do that, I don't really want to catch a whirlpool, do I? Obviously, we sat there for a good number of hours, right through the night. We went through the night. Hell of a long way off in the boat, I can tell you. Get a take. I had light sticks down. They're the chemical light sticks that you crack and shake. I had one about 3 or 4 feet from the trace. I think I had a bit of weight on there. Did I have a float or did I run it? I think I might have run it straight down. Probably fished 100 feet down, something like that. No chum. I don't think we had chum because we didn't want sharks. Anyway, Mr. Blue found me. It was about 70, 80 pounds, something like that. Well, I was there partly to promote this area of Portugal, stroke Spain. So we had it out for pictures. You've got to get it out to tag it, to measure it, pictures, blah, blah, blah. Picture, look for picture, it will be up there. We had that shark out for quite a long time, even for me to say that, quite a long time. It's the only one we caught, it's all we had. Put it back, it swam off, sleepily, quite sleepy, slow. I thought, oh, I hope he's okay. He's okay, it's how tough they are. Okay, he was caught by a longliner 2 days later. 2 days later. So you can see why I say, if you bring them in the boat, somebody will get their knickers in a twist about it. I don't care. I'm telling you, there's no shortage of tags. Not just here, in files that I've done over the years. So they are quite tough. I prefer to get them in, take the hook out. But I'm just trying to say how tough they are, and it worked for thousands of fish that people have tagged over the years. So, just a little something there on tagging. Now, what you also used to get, and I've had quite a lot of them, because I've had a lot of recaptures. That's why I have no problem telling you about tagging that I've done, because trust me, I have not done 1 or 2. I've done a lot of different species. I even tagged an oceanic white tip, about 80 pounds. I'm pretty sure that was recaptured. That was over, I'm going to say again, the Indian Ocean. I won't say which island. Over in the Indian Ocean, very, very famous guy caught it. And I just You know, I was doing a film job over there and tagged it many years ago. But what they send you, or they used to, you can't buy these, they're like gold dust. Wayne's got one because I had so many, I gave one to Wayne. You get one of these guys, look. Cool or what? Because on the front, you only get this if you get a recapture. They might have changed now, but years ago, I've got several of these. I'll show you the logo. There we go. Who wouldn't want one of these? Look, the NMFS tagging program, you only get one of these caps if you have a recapture, and I have loads of them. Because over many years, I don't do it now because I sold my boat, of course I don't. But, you know, it's there. Tagging program. I've also tagged stingrays as well. I used to do free tagging around the docks. I used to do free tagging as well for sharks, bull sharks, stuff like that. I get a long tag stick. I'll probably show you later on. Long tag stick, put the tag in, go out about 12 to 1 in the morning because the charter boats will come in and dump a lot of their carcasses around when they filleted their fish. Over the side it goes, big tarp and other stuff comes around. Well, when it got really quiet at night, I mean it was a real buzz. I would go around, you'd see these big bull sharks, nurse sharks, you'd see them come around, big rays, hunting, picking up carcasses, shaking them, and you could just get enough light. And I used to lean over the side of the dock and like spear them and pop a tag in. Now, that was purely to say where it was tagged and when it was tagged. I can't measure it. I'm certainly not lifting a live 200-pound bull shark out of the water, am I? But we did have some big sharks. I think, I want to say the best night I had was with Nick Stanzik when he was a young lad. They used to let us fish off the dock. What was that? That was 8 or 10 sharks, lemons we used to have a night. Big ones, not small ones, not talking blue sharks, big ones. So I used to do a lot of free tagging, what we call free tagging as well. So I mean, that's the best way to tag a fish, is free tagging. You can't do the sex of it, you can't measure it, stuff like that, you know, so that the scientists need the information, don't they? But I've had some big stingrays as well, monster stingrays that I used to have. In fact, I've got another film I'm putting together of an accident that happened I was messing around with stingrays with my brother-in-law in the boat and got whacked. Yeah, it ain't pretty, I can tell you. I will do that in a separate film if you guys want to see it. Let me know, I think I will do it anyway. Well, I've had to go back and get a refill of water, guys. Oh yeah, I got sidetracked, didn't I? I got totally sidetracked. See, as soon as I get into sharks, it goes completely bonkers. I sidetracked a bit because when I first started about the rotor tags, the plastic rotor tags that we used to put the dorsal fins of different species over in Ireland. I used to go over there quite a lot. Again, 3 times a year. Spring, summer, autumn. Right, what we used to catch over there. The other species other than taupe that we used to tag over there was one you don't see much of nowadays. It is the monkfish. Now, the monkfish sometimes gets mixed up with the anglerfish. You know, people go, oh, you mean the anglerfish? No, the monkfish is the monkfish. It's like, I'm going to call it a flat bottom dwelling shark. That's what we're calling it. It has got teeth. Now, what you have to understand is these all came in the boat. That's been done over there for years. I can't tell you how many years. That's where I first started tagging stuff, clipping away 50 years ago for them. Where I used to go over and they say, you want to tag some fish? Yeah, I'll tag some fish, yeah. I got to go fishing. Okay, so the 2 or 3 places, I'm going to say 2 places really were the absolute mecca, the mecca to go if you wanted to catch a monkfish. I'm going to be telling this to people who go, oh yeah, we go there. Okay, on the west coast of Ireland, 2 bays on the west coast of Ireland. Used to be really good over there. So good, in fact, that I can remember going out once when we were doing a film for a footballer guy over there on a promotion, and I had to go out and do some test fishing with the boat on my own, with the skipper, just me, the skipper, the boat. Wow, that's a bit of a tough job, isn't it? So I can use a couple of 3 rods on, and I get to fight every fish if I catch them, yeah. I can remember, I think I either caught or hooked 12 monkfish in one session. I know I caught, I think it was 8 monkfish in a session. So I mean, some amazing sport. Now, you think, let's get over there. No, it doesn't work like that now, because I've heard the demise of the monkfish population was due to somebody going in and harvesting the lot of them. These were in very shallow water, 12 feet, 12 feet of water, 15 foot, 20 feet max of water. And you catch them with mackerel ledgered on the bottom because they're a predatory shark, flat sharks that goes across the bottom. Now, I'm going to tell you now, listen, they're not the world's greatest fighters. And I'll tell you as it was. The skipper would normally, you fight it, you bring it to the surface. You get to the surface and you go, Jesus, that's a big fish. And it was, but it's just there. So the skipper sometimes will get the deck broom and say, "I will make it fight for you now, sir." Bump, pop it, just pop it on the head with the deck broom. That was sport-wise, as we used to call it then. But now they're just, I think they always might be coming back, you never know. The biggest I had over there was over 50 pounds. I suppose the average weight would be 30 pounds, something like that, 25 to 35 pounds there and thereabouts. So I've never caught, nice all fishermen would say this, I've never caught a small one. No, I don't think I have caught a small one. By small I mean 20 pounds. Honestly, you know, I'm just not bigging it up like some people do. Big on me. No, I've not had them less than 20 pounds. I would say if you had to put an average on, they probably would be 28 to 32 pounds. The sharks, of course, blue sharks, you can take those. No problem with those. We either use dorsal tags or now you can use the dart tag. Oh, I know what I must do. I'll just show you what the dart tags look like. When I was researching this, I thought I'll drop a line to the Irish section, you know, just to get an idea of what's going on over there on numbers. And it shows you how far monkfish have travelled. The bulk of them, when I was tagging them 50 years ago, stayed in that area, in these bay areas. So this came from Shane. Shane says he helps run the Irish Marine Sportfish Tagging Programme. I've attached screenshots from my database for those tags you've mentioned. All tagged in July 1990. I don't have a record of them being recaptured on my database. Just as a generalisation he gave me. Blue sharks from their tagging programme. This is from the Irish tagging programme. Blue sharks have travelled as far west as Newfoundland and the Gulf of Mexico. Well, I say I've had one over 2,000 miles, so I know they go that far. But I didn't know this. And as far south as equatorial Africa. But we have as yet to have one actually crossing the equator. Now, possibly the Irish section have had more blue sharks tagged from Irish waters than all the British ones put together, I'm guessing, because I don't think there's a lot of tagging done in the UK early doors, what I call early doors, 60s, 1960s. Blue sharks, they have been at liberty for over 6,500 days. Taupe have been at liberty for up to 10,000 days and travelled over 4,000 kilometres. I didn't know taupe travelled that far. I know they go to Canary Islands, I know that because I've been over there and I've caught them over there. Monkfish, didn't know this, have been at liberty for over 5,000 days and have turned up off northern Spain, brackets, over 1,200 kilometres travelled. Hope this helps Shane. Thank you for that, Shane. Just let you know there's loads more information out there. I don't want to swamp you with data, I'm just going to give you the basics of it as it stands that I know up in here in my head. And I don't think anybody else can scan for all these slides because, let's say, a lot of the people going fishing now basically weren't even born when I was tagging stuff back in the late 60s, early 70s. So that gives a sort of rough insight into the tagging that I've done over the years. I say I don't do it now. I did get quite infatuated with it wherever I went. The tags always went with me, the measuring stick, the dart tag always went with me, just in case. Because the buzz from, it's not the tagging itself, what gives all anglers, I feel, that little boost or adrenaline rush is that when you get that recapture notification. I knew when I get one of these caps, when I get a jiffy bag come through the post, something the postman would give it to me because it don't fit through the letterbox, I would go, I couldn't rip it open fast enough. I was like a kid with a comic. I couldn't get it open fast enough. Don't need that, the hat's not a problem, I've given more of those away than I can even think of. But it's the information. Where's it travelled to? Has it grown? What distance did it travel? How long has it been at liberty? All that is really, really interesting stuff. So, I hope you've found that a little bit interesting. It's just something while this storm is on, I ain't fishing, and that's all there is to it, like so many of you. By the time this film goes up, no doubt the weather would have settled. But at the moment, I thought, do you know what, I've been meaning to do this film for some time. A lot of the information on recaptures didn't come through in time, but trust me, there's plenty of them. Oh, I will mention this, which I've got to, before we move on. I went down to Watmore, talking to Andy, the owner. I forget what I was doing, fishing for another film. And Carol said, oh Graeme, we've had this, I think it was a year. He said, I've had it on my desk, and or she said, I've had it on my desk, or under my desk, or wherever. I forgot to give it to you. So somebody had sent me this, which they didn't have to. Listen, I apologise for only just mentioning this. Didn't ask for it, gentleman just did it. Says to Graeme Pullen, I carved this and it sort of looks a bit like you. Brackets, it's balsa wood, not pallet wood. That's not very nice just because I make everything out of pallet wood. Maybe something for the tackle shack or a weird float design. Keep the films coming. I am an army follower. Stuart Colley. I'll put this in there, he's written it. Diagnosed with MS in 2016 and trying to lead a normal life but starting to struggle. Been fishing for 50 years and hope to carry on for a few more. I also make things from pallets. Good man, good man. Chairs, tables, clocks, bird boxes, but not a boat. Oh, I've got something over you there. It's up on the site if anybody wants to see it. TA Fishing, how to make a boat from pallet wood. Currently working on a model canal boat, though. So listen, feel a bit bad, Stuart Cully, for A, the situation you're in at the moment, and B, that I've only just got this. It's this tiny little chappy here. I don't know whether it does look like me. It probably does now. It's carved this from balsa wood, people. I apologise for my filthy nails. I just come in from loading wooden logs from the garden. You will have to put up with it, is what it is. I'm going to put it actually with the background of a 500 and whatever pound tiger shark there. So there we go. I suppose it does bear a sort of resemblance to me. What do you think, people? Answers in the comments page. That's more of a moustache, but it is white like mine. Doesn't have the floppy hat. Oh yeah, no, that definitely looks like me. Look, my hand is outside my pocket, well away from my wallet, as far away as I can get. There is no hint of my hand going in to instruct the wallet to open itself with a secret time lock it's got. So there we are, Stuart. I will keep this. Several things like this people have sent me. That's really unusual. I won't use it as a float. Hasn't got the crooked eye I've got though. I can maybe adapt that with a penknife and a bit of black felt pen. But there you go. Oh no. He's got the same bloody chest I've got. I can't get rid of mine, mate. No, neither can I. Oh my God, he's talking. Of course I talk. Why wouldn't I talk? I'm an effigy of you. Oh, effigy, I see. Yeah, I might be in a film. I've seen a teddy bear in there. Oh yeah. And where's Smith? Of course, there's a lot of people that don't know who Smith is, isn't there? They don't, because they don't watch all the old films like I do. See you later. Sad, isn't it, when you're in this office on your own? I'm going to bring him over here, and amongst all the other stuff I've got, look at this thing. I should talk about this again. I made that out of tiger shark teeth. Yes, that I caught by my own fair hand. Tried to make a sort of Hawaiian cutting knife. I have put it up before, but because a lot of people are new to the show, they don't watch it all the time. I get it. So I'm going to put him there next to a marlin. Caught it back in 1986, 568 pounds. 561, I apologise. I'll leave him there. Thank you very much, Stuart. It will not be thrown away. Right, I've been out the garage. Well, not the garage, fishing area. And then I thought I'd show you the box. This is my long tag stick, which you can see there, I put it that way. and it's got what we call a stainless steel cannula in the end of that for dispensing said shark tag. Now I use this on your longer boat, like a charter boat. You know, some of them don't have what we call fish doors where they open up now. So you used to have to go lean right over the side, and if you had to tag one in the water, that's what you would use. So I just thought I'd show you that anyway. So it's about probably 4 feet long. But what I normally take with me is this little box here. I'll bring the camera over, you can have a look. So there it is, just a regular Tupperware box, but I've got this one, which when we bring the sharks in the boat, this is the one I use most. This one is a broken one, I've got to change it, snap the end off there. You can use any sort of thing, glue it in, fill it in, and you can hold the shark and pop it straight in behind the dorsal fin. Rusty old tape measure to give me measurements. Spare tag cards. I'll show you one in a second. There's one. I've also authorised to use these tags. I'll just pull them out. A slightly different tag. It's smudgy and dirty because they've been in the boat. But these were tarpon tags for fish tagging report 4. Now they're what we call the true spaghetti tag. Can you see that there? Hopefully you can see that. I don't know what the camera's going to photograph on, but look, if I stretch it a bit, don't want to take it off, you can see it, spaghetti tags. So that's for tarpon, if you want to tag tarpon. So I'm registered for those as well. So just have a look here, give you an idea. This is how the car comes. Always put them, because boats are wet places, aren't they? Keep a pen in there as well. I don't know where I put the pen now. Pens there, look, or marker pencil for getting it down. And there is a new stainless steel cannula. You can see there, hopefully you can see, got a little slot in it. It's got angled cuts either way like that, and then a slot. Okay, so I'll take a tape for you to show you. Why not? Awful weather we've been having, there's nothing else to do. So this is what you fill in there. There's the stainless angled dart. If I move that away, you might be able to see it a bit better. So this, right, I'm going to refit in here. The principle of it working. It goes into the front notch there, see the slot? So it just slots into that little piece there. So you'd have it like this, and then you can get it into the shark. Occasionally you could take a second one, pop a tiny hole in it, and that will go in a lot easier. You use a second one, okay? So a piece of heavy duty nylon there, and then when you release it, this pulls out that way. Can you see that? So you imagine that goes into the fish like this. Look, it goes into through the skin like this, and when you turn it the other way, I go to pull it out, it sticks. You see, like this. And they come like this with a number in there. Right, I've got this one out now just to show you. So if you're the captor, I think they used to have a little prize of $10 or something like that. You got your number there which you can read. And if I roll it all out, this is going to be such a pain to get back in, Graeme. You've done it before and you should have learned. Loads of different languages there. I would imagine a lot of Asian ones or foreign ones, probably Spanish and that. Who knows? There's Spanish, I believe. To assist biological research, kindly send this letter to the address below with species, length and weight of fish and date, locality and method of capture. Reward. Data on release of fish will be sent. Please record the number. So there's the number. So that's what's inside those guys. Anyway, I thought that might be of some interest to you in the little capsule. Well, that's all I have, just that Tupperware box. I'll pull this one out, get a new needle in there, and ready for, won't be this winter. I don't tag anything during the winter unless I'm going abroad. It's lovely drinking water with a rough throat. I suppose a whiskey with ginger. What do you guys have when you got a throat? I've got a chesty chest and I can't get rid of it. It's been like 4 weeks. Hopefully it goes soon. But what do you do? Honey and lemon. Somebody told me honey and lemon for sore throats and chests. I'm gargling, virtually gargling with the cough mixture. Oh no, just got a dry cough in it. I looked on it and it says, this can be an addictive. This is addictive. Addictive? Well, what are we supposed to put? If it's cough mixture, it's cough mixture. Okay, I just thought it'd be interesting to you guys. It shows you when I was really doing loads and loads of tagging. It's just one box. That's all. It's one box. Maybe I take a long pole with me, but you know, it's what you get back, the feedback you get from a recapture that's exciting. I've got loads of them. In fact, there's a smooth hound. I've been notified by them. I think I've got a smooth hound that's been recaptured that I tagged. They're asking me for some more information on another 10 or 12 tags that they haven't got the full details on. So I'm all curious. I'll give them all the final full details and we'll see what comes back. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little one. That's the best I could do. Took me about a while to do some of the scanning off. I've got loads more, only 20,000 slides. I've got a lot more to do. Course, sea, trout, beach, boat. Makes no difference to me because, I don't know, I seem to be the only all-rounder doing all this sort of stuff. And I don't think anybody's got all these old slides like this. So just as well I kept them. So I appreciate that you've given me this almost an hour of your time. I hope it's kept you amused for an hour. Hopefully next week I can get out fishing. Meanwhile, I'm putting on my lucky tagging hat and I'm going to go and sleep with it on. Don't forget, watch TA Fishing, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, go across and watch Mike's TA Outdoors. Don't forget, I think about a week ago, he put one up on beach fishing with me. We did a catch and cook down on the coast. It's over on his site, TA Outdoors. We'll see you next time. Hopefully without this chest coughing. I'll take this with me to bed as well.